Stoicism versus Islam versus Christianity. Ancient wisdom for modern life, philosophical comparison. Before forming an opinion or taking offense at any of the information presented, I kindly ask you to watch the entire video and then share your thoughts. I'm eager to assist you in understanding three distinct yet influential ideologies. This will be an enlightening journey through time and thought, delving into three belief systems that have significantly impacted human history and continue to guide millions of people daily. Imagine strolling through the vibrant streets of ancient Athens, where a groundbreaking philosophy was taking shape around 300 BCE. Stoicism, founded by Zeno of Citium, emerged as a practical approach to life, emphasizing ethics, logic, and living in harmony with nature. Stoics taught that genuine happiness comes from cultivating virtue, accepting what's beyond our control, and practicing self-discipline and rational thinking. These ideas, articulated by great minds like Seneca, Epictetus, and Marcus Aurelius, continue to influence countless individuals seeking a balanced and meaningful life. Now, let's journey forward to the Arabian Peninsula in the 7th century CE. In 610 CE, a transformative religious movement was born that would rapidly spread across the globe, Islam. Founded by Prophet Muhammad, this monotheistic faith became the fastest-growing religion in the world. At its core, Islam believes in one God, Allah. The 5 pillars of Islam, the Quran as holy scripture, and a lineage of prophets, including Abraham, Moses, and Jesus. The Islamic emphasis on charity, justice, and personal responsibility has contributed to its enduring appeal and relevance. Next, let's discuss one of the most widely practiced religions today, Christianity. Rooted in the life and teachings of Jesus Christ, Christianity has profoundly influenced Western civilization and beyond for over 2 millennia. Its message of love, forgiveness, and salvation has inspired countless individuals and movements throughout history. Central to Christian belief is the concept of one God in 3 persons, the Trinity, Jesus as the Son of God and Savior of humanity, the Bible as Holy Scripture, and salvation through faith in Jesus. The ethical teachings of Christianity, including compassion for others and service to those in need, continue to shape moral frameworks worldwide. Today, we stand at a unique vantage point, looking back at these 3 powerful belief systems, Stoicism, Islam, and Christianity, and recognizing the threads of wisdom that connect them. Despite their distinct origins and specific teachings, these philosophies share surprising similarities in their approach to life, ethics, and the human experience. In our exploration, we'll uncover how these seemingly different worldviews often arrive at strikingly similar conclusions about virtue, resilience, and our relationships with others and the divine. We'll see how a Stoic principle might echo Islamic teaching or a Christian parable might reflect a concept in both traditions. From the Stoic emphasis on inner peace and rational thinking to Islam's focus on submission to God and ethical living to Christianity's teachings on love and forgiveness, we'll discover a tapestry of shared wisdom that transcends cultural and religious boundaries. Through quotes, stories, and practical examples, we'll bring ancient teachings to life, demonstrating their relevance and applicability in our modern world. Whether you're a devoted follower of one of these traditions, a curious seeker, or simply someone interested in the human quest for meaning, this exploration promises to offer fresh perspectives and timeless insights. So, are you ready? To begin exploring the common threads of wisdom that connect Stoicism, Islam, and Christianity, we first dive into the essence of each tradition. Our goal is to reveal the shared insights that have guided humanity for ages and continue to illuminate our present-day path. Patience and perseverance are fundamental virtues in all 3 systems. In a culture often obsessed with instant results, these traditions remind us of the lasting power of steady effort. The Quran tells Muslims, "O you who have believed, seek help through patience and prayer. Indeed, Allah is with the patient." Surat al-Baqarah. This verse encourages believers to find inner fortitude by enduring hardship while remaining spiritually connected. Christianity echoes this message in the Book of Romans, advising followers to be joyful in hope, patient in affliction, faithful in prayer. Here, patience goes beyond simply waiting. It involves nurturing hope and maintaining joy even when circumstances are difficult. Stoic philosophers also prized patience. Emperor Marcus Aurelius wrote, "You have power over your mind, not outside events. Realize this, and you will find strength." His words compel us to focus on what we can control, our thoughts and reactions. Epictetus added, "No great thing is created suddenly," reminding us that true accomplishments grow through sustained effort. Think back to a challenging moment in your life, a demanding academic project, a disagreement with a friend, a personal goal that seemed unreachable, a financial loss, or a breach of trust. How did patience influence your ability to move forward? These teachings highlight that genuine resilience often springs from our capacity to endure and persevere. Comparable to training for a marathon, personal growth demands time, practice, and yes, patience. But these philosophies don't simply urge us to grit our teeth. They provide practical tools, prayer in Islam and Christianity, meditation in Stoicism, to cultivate inner calm and boost our emotional resilience. Consider Nelson Mandela, whose Christian faith sustained him through 27 years of imprisonment without extinguishing his hope for a better South Africa. His patient endurance not only transformed his nation, but also inspired people around the globe. Even in everyday life, we witness the power of patience. Whether someone is striving to lose body fat, improve their financial situation, or strengthen their mental health, the temptation to quit is real. Yet perseverance can unlock a more mature, resilient version of ourselves. What can we learn from these shared insights on patience and perseverance? First, adversity is a universal human experience. Everyone faces challenges, regardless of their beliefs. Second, enduring hardship builds inner strength. Third, patience is not a passive state. It is an active decision to keep pressing onward with faith. By embracing this ageless wisdom, finding strength in Allah's presence, in Christian hope, or in Stoic self-discipline, we each hold the power to overcome obstacles. Having explored the virtue of steadfastness, we arrive at a principle that underpins ethical behavior worldwide: the golden rule of treating others as we wish to be treated. In Islam, this ideal is expressed in a hadith: "None of you truly believes until he wishes for his brother what he wishes for himself." Hadith 1340, and Nawawi. This teaching asks Muslims to extend to others the same goodwill and blessings they desire for themselves, fostering a community built on empathy and mutual respect. When we treat others with the same care and consideration we desire for ourselves, we reflect a fundamental principle shared across many belief systems. Christianity echoes this in the words of Jesus from the Gospel of Luke: "Do to others as you would have them do to you." This simple yet profound instruction forms the cornerstone of Christian ethics and interpersonal relationships. Similarly, the Stoic philosopher Seneca adds, "Treat your inferiors as you would be treated by your betters," encouraging us to consider how our actions impact others, regardless of their social standing. Recall a moment when you were treated with unexpected kindness. How did it make you feel? Now, think of a time when you went out of your way to help someone else. These teachings highlight a universal truth: our actions towards others deeply shape our communities, relationships, and ultimately, our own character. Across different belief systems, this idea is important because it recognizes our shared humanity. Despite our differences, we all desire respect, kindness, and fair treatment. The story of the Good Samaritan in Christian tradition, where a stranger helps a wounded man when others pass by, or the Islamic emphasis on giving charity even when one has little to spare, exemplify how treating others well often requires us to step beyond our comfort zones. In our modern world, we see this principle in social justice movements, volunteer efforts after natural disasters, and small acts of everyday kindness. When we treat others well, we create ripples of positivity that can transform our world. From these shared teachings, we learn 3 key lessons. First, empathy is a powerful force for good. Second, our treatment of others reflects our character and beliefs. And third, we contribute to a more compassionate and just society by treating others well. As we navigate our daily lives, interacting with family, friends, strangers, and those we might disagree with, we can draw strength from these timeless wisdoms. Whether inspired by Islamic brotherhood, Christian love, or Stoic ethics, the message is clear. Treating others well is not just good for them, but for us and for our world. Moving on to a topic that has captivated philosophers, religious leaders, and ordinary people throughout history: the nature of wealth and our relationship with material possessions. Islam, Christianity, and Stoicism each offer unique, yet surprisingly similar perspectives. In the Quran, we find this powerful statement: "Wealth and children are but adornment of the worldly life." This verse reminds Muslims that while material possessions and family can bring joy, they are temporary adornments, not the essence of a fulfilling life. Christianity echoes this sentiment in the Gospel of Mark: "For what shall it profit a man if he shall gain the whole world and lose his own soul?" These words challenge us to consider what truly matters in life, suggesting that spiritual wealth far outweighs material riches. The Stoic philosopher Epictetus adds his voice to this chorus: "Wealth consists not in having great possessions, but in having few wants." This perspective shifts our understanding of wealth from external abundance to internal contentment. Take a moment to reflect on your own life. What possessions do you value most? Now, let's explore why you value your possessions. Is it for their practical use, sentimental value, or perhaps the status they represent? These teachings all point to a profound truth. True wealth isn't found in what we own, but in who we are and how we live. They challenge us to look beyond the material and consider the spiritual, ethical, and relational aspects of our lives. But why do these diverse belief systems share similar views on wealth and possessions? Perhaps because they recognize a fundamental human tendency to seek security and happiness in external things, and the ultimate futility of this pursuit. Consider the story of the rich young ruler in the Christian tradition who walked away sad when Jesus suggested he give away his possessions to follow him. The Islamic practice of zakat requires giving a portion of one's wealth to those in need. These examples show how our attitude towards possessions can profoundly impact our spiritual and ethical lives. The Stoic perspective adds another layer to this understanding by focusing on controlling our desires rather than accumulating possessions. Stoicism offers a path to freedom from the anxieties and disappointments that often accompany material wealth in our modern consumer-driven society. These ancient teachings offer a powerful counter-narrative. They remind us that the latest smartphone, the biggest house, or the most fashionable clothes won't bring lasting happiness or fulfillment. But let's be clear, none of these philosophies argue that possessions are inherently wrong or that we should reject the material world entirely. Instead, they encourage us to develop a healthy relationship with our possessions, to use them as tools for living and doing good rather than seeing them as the source of our happiness or worth. So, what practical wisdom can we glean from these shared teachings on wealth and possessions? First, they encourage us to practice gratitude for what we have rather than constantly yearning for more. This attitude can lead to greater contentment and joy in our daily lives. Second, they remind us to hold our possessions lightly. Everything in this world is temporary, and clinging too tightly to material things can lead to suffering when we inevitably lose them. Third, they challenge us to consider how we can use our resources for the greater good, whether through charitable giving, sharing with others, or simply being content with less so that others might have enough. Our attitude towards wealth can have a powerful impact on the world around us. Consider the story of Chuck Feeney, the billionaire who gave away his entire fortune to charity, inspired by the belief that wealth should be used to help others. Or think of the countless people who find joy in living simply so they can devote more of their resources to the causes they believe in. These examples show us that detachment from material wealth doesn't mean indifference to the world. Instead, it can free us to engage more fully and compassionately with the needs around us. You might think this all sounds good in theory, but how do you apply it daily? Here are a few practical suggestions. 1. Practice mindful consumption. Before making a purchase, ask yourself if it's something you genuinely need or if it will bring lasting value to your life. 2. Regularly declutter your space. Letting go of unnecessary possessions can be liberating and help you appreciate what you choose to keep. 3. Experiment with simple living. Try going for a week or a month without buying anything non-essential. You might be surprised at how little you miss. 4. Cultivate non-material sources of joy. Invest time in relationships, hobbies, and experiences that bring lasting fulfillment. Rather than focusing exclusively on acquiring material goods, we are encouraged to value the significance of our relationships, personal experiences, and ongoing self-improvement. These elements often bring far more lasting satisfaction than simply amassing possessions. Putting your resources, whether time, money, or skills, to work for the benefit of others is highly recommended. This can take many forms, such as donating to worthy causes, volunteering your time in the community, or simply being generous and open-hearted with what you have. By seeking out opportunities to make a positive difference, you not only help those around you, but also contribute to a greater sense of purpose and fulfillment for yourself. It's important to note that the intention is not to completely reject the material world or deny the practical value of having enough resources to live comfortably. Instead, the goal is to cultivate a more harmonious and well-rounded relationship with material things, one in which they serve as tools for growth rather than becoming the central focus of life. The ancient Stoic philosopher Seneca captured this idea beautifully when he wrote that true poverty is not found in a lack of material possessions, but in the constant desire for more. When we reflect on this wisdom, we are called to reconsider what wealth truly means. Real wealth isn't measured by the size of your bank account or the lavishness of your belongings. Instead, it is defined by the quality of your relationships, the depth of your character, and the positive influence you have on the world and those around you. Whether inspired by the Islamic tradition, which emphasizes the act of charity, zakat, as a pillar of faith, the Christian encouragement to store up treasures in heaven rather than on earth, or the Stoic focus on inner contentment and resilience, the message is consistent. How we relate to material possessions has a deep impact on our spiritual and ethical lives. As we navigate a world that often encourages relentless consumption, carrying this wisdom with us can help guide our choices and shape our values. In doing so, we might discover a form of wealth that cannot be purchased, an abundance of spirit, purpose, and meaningful connection that truly enriches both our own lives and the lives of others. Let's now shift our focus to self-control, especially when it comes to managing anger. One of the most universal and challenging aspects of human life is learning to regulate our emotions. The ability to control your reactions, particularly in moments of anger, can have a profound effect on your relationships, the quality of your decisions, and your overall sense of well-being. The traditions of Islam, Christianity, and Stoicism each offer valuable perspectives on this common human experience. In Islamic teachings, there is a well-known hadith that states, "The strong is not the one who overcomes people by his strength, but the one who controls himself while angry." This shifts our understanding of strength away from outward displays of power and towards self-discipline and restraint. Christianity, in the letter to the Ephesians, offers a balanced approach to anger. Be angry, but do not sin. Do not let the sun go down on your anger. This acknowledges that anger is a natural emotion, but warns against allowing it to lead to harmful actions or letting it linger and cause resentment. The Stoic philosopher Marcus Aurelius adds his insight by pointing out that the consequences of anger are often much worse than the initial event that provoked it. This encourages us to think carefully about how we respond to situations that upset us. Consider a recent experience when you felt angry. What caused your anger? How did you react? What were the results of your actions? These philosophical and religious teachings all point to a deep truth. While we may not always be able to control what happens to us, we can choose how we respond. True strength is not about overpowering others, but about mastering your own emotions and reactions. But why is self-control, especially regarding anger, so important across these belief systems? The answer lies in the recognition that unchecked anger can be destructive. Losing control of your temper can damage relationships, impair your judgment, and lead to actions you later regret. For example, the Prophet Muhammad consistently responded with patience and forgiveness, even when faced with insults or aggression. In Christianity, the idea of turning the other cheek, as exemplified by Jesus, emphasizes responding to hostility with grace rather than retaliation. These examples show how self-control, even in the face of provocation, can be a powerful force for peace and reconciliation. Stoicism adds another layer to this understanding by suggesting that external events are, in themselves, neutral, It is our interpretations and reactions that give them meaning. This perspective offers a practical way to manage emotions in today's world, where anger and frustration often dominate public and private discourse. By focusing on how we respond rather than what happens to us, we can cultivate a more peaceful and purposeful life. Timeless wisdom from ancient philosophies and spiritual traditions offers a fresh perspective on navigating life's challenges. These teachings remind us that we hold the power to choose our reactions, rather than being controlled by instinctive responses. Below are key insights from these age-old systems, reframed for today's context. 1. Embrace the power of pause ***. Before reacting to provocation, the wisdom of these traditions encourages creating a mental gap. This momentary pause isn't about suppressing emotions, but about choosing your response. Imagine a sudden provocation at work. Breathing deeply before replying can transform a defensive reaction into a constructive one. This practice aligns with ancient Stoic advice to step back mentally before acting. 2. Investigate anger's roots ***. These teachings often compare anger to fog masking deeper emotions. Beneath irritation might lie unmet needs, e.g., feeling disrespected, or unresolved fears, e.g., losing control. A traveler delayed at an airport might feel rage, but actually experience anxiety about missing a meeting. By asking, what is really driving this emotion, we gain clarity and respond more wisely. 3. Recognize the reflection of your character ***. How we manage anger isn't just about the situation, it reveals our values. Consider Nelson Mandela, who transformed 27 years of imprisonment into a bridge of reconciliation. His choice highlighted courage over bitterness. Similarly, everyday heroes respond to injustice not with reactive anger, but with focused action. This distinction isn't passivity, it's strategic emotional alignment. Adversity as a catalyst for growth. All major spiritual traditions view challenges as essential learning opportunities. The Quran describes life's trials as purification, urging patience during hardship. Christianity reframes suffering through the Book of James, which invites believers to see trials as workouts for the soul. Marcus Aurelius, the Stoic emperor, famously declared that obstacles become the path, a mindset that transforms setbacks into growth triggers. Universal truths across traditions. These diverse systems share a common insight. Struggles are inevitable, but our responses shape our identity. Consider the stories of Prophet Muhammad enduring persecution with unwavering faith, or Jesus' narrative of redemption through sacrifice. Both demonstrate how facing adversity with purpose can birth profound transformation. Stoic strategies for inner peace. Stoicism offers practical tools. Focus on what you can control, accepting the rest. This mindset doesn't deny difficulties, but realigns energy toward actionable solutions. Imagine responding to a canceled plan by adjusting your schedule instead of stewing. This philosophy becomes a mental anchor during storms. Ultimately, these teachings teach that life's greatest challenges aren't obstacles to dodge, but opportunities to grow. By practicing pause, understanding emotions, and aligning actions with our highest values, we develop an unshakable inner strength that transforms trials into triumphs. Let this wisdom become your compass, not just for surviving life's storms, but for emerging stronger because of them. In our contemporary society, where comfort and convenience often take precedence, the wisdom of ancient teachings presents a surprising yet impactful perspective. Our challenges can serve as our most valuable educators. So what practical insights can we derive from these collective teachings on confronting adversity? Firstly, these teachings encourage us to anticipate that challenges will be a regular part of our lives. Adopting this mindset can help us remain composed and grounded when we encounter difficulties. Secondly, they urge us to seek out the lessons and opportunities hidden within our struggles. Each challenge we face contains the potential for new insights or personal growth. Thirdly, they emphasize that patience and perseverance are essential qualities for navigating the highs and lows of life. Take, for instance, the inspiring story of Nick Vujicic, who was born without limbs due to a rare condition. Despite enduring significant physical and emotional hardships, Nick transformed his challenges into a platform that inspires millions around the globe. He has become a motivational speaker, an author, and the founder of Life Without Limbs, an organization dedicated to helping individuals overcome their own obstacles. Nick's journey illustrates how embracing adversity can lead to unexpected opportunities to make a positive difference in the lives of others. Similarly, consider Bethany Hamilton, the professional surfer who lost her arm in a shark attack at the tender age of 13. Rather than surrendering her passion for surfing, she demonstrated remarkable resilience by returning to the sport and using her experience to motivate others who are facing their own challenges. Her story serves as a powerful reminder that our reactions to life's difficulties can transform personal tragedies into triumphs and sources of hope for others. These examples highlight how individuals can leverage their struggles as a launching pad for creating positive change in their own lives and in the wider world. They illustrate that confronting adversity is not about adopting a stoic demeanor in the sense of suppressing our emotions. Rather, it involves maintaining hope, seeking meaning, and progressing forward even when the journey is tough. As we navigate the inevitable challenges life presents, let us carry this wisdom with us. It serves as a reminder that we possess the strength to confront whatever comes our way, that our difficulties do not have to define us, and that we can transform our obstacles into opportunities through patience and perseverance. By facing adversity with courage and grace, we not only grow stronger ourselves, but also become a source of inspiration and support for others on their journeys. Thus far, we have examined how these three distinct traditions, each with its own rich history and unique viewpoints, often arrive at remarkably similar conclusions regarding life's most significant questions. From the importance of patience and perseverance to the value of treating others with kindness, from our relationship with material possessions to mastering our emotions and confronting adversity, we have seen how these timeless teachings continue to provide guidance in our modern lives. These commonalities remind us of the threads that connect humanity across various beliefs and cultures, illustrating that despite our differences, we frequently share the same fundamental concerns and aspirations. However, our exploration is not yet complete. In the next segment of this series, we will delve even deeper into the shared wisdom of these traditions. We will discuss topics such as humility, the significance of actions over words, forgiveness, the transient nature of worldly possessions, and the quest for knowledge. These insights will provide even more food for thought and practical guidance for our everyday lives. I hope this exploration has ignited your curiosity and offered fresh perspectives on these ancient wisdom traditions. Whether you align with one of these belief systems or none at all, there is value in understanding these shared insights that have guided countless individuals throughout history. Now, I invite you to join this ongoing conversation. If you found this video enjoyable and valuable, please consider subscribing to the Stoic Community channel. By subscribing, you will become part of a community that seeks to explore and share these profound teachings. To stay updated on future installments of this series and our ongoing explorations of practical philosophy and enduring wisdom, consider subscribing to our channel. I'm genuinely curious. What aspects of today's discussion resonated most with you? Have you observed these universal principles manifesting in your personal experiences or belief systems? Your unique reflections in the comments could spark meaningful revelations for fellow community members. If this content illuminated new perspectives, we'd appreciate a thumbs up. This simple gesture helps spread these transformative concepts to wider audiences. Know someone navigating life's complexities who might find value here? Feel empowered to pass this video along. True wisdom thrives through open exchange, not solitary possession. By collectively examining these ideas and engaging in thoughtful dialogue, we create opportunities for mutual growth and discover fresh approaches to applying age-old truths in contemporary contexts. Thank you for being part of this learning journey. Our next session will reveal unexpected parallels between Islamic teachings, Christian doctrines, and Stoic philosophy, comparisons that might surprise you. Until then, may you cultivate resilience through patience, discover happiness in compassionate acts, experience liberation in mindful simplicity, attain serenity through disciplined focus, and find opportunities for personal development within life's challenges. Keep nurturing your thoughtful spirit. I look forward to continuing our exploration together in the upcoming video.